What if I told you that at 94 I live alone, cook my own meals, drive myself to the grocery store, and honestly feel better than I did at 60? You might think I hit the genetic lottery. Maybe I come from one of those families where everyone lives to be 100. But here's the truth, it's not my genes. It's what I do every single morning before the rest of the world even wakes up. I know what you're thinking. Another senior claiming they've found the fountain of youth, right? But stay with me, because whether you're a senior yourself, watching your parents age, or caring for someone you love, you know exactly how brutal aging can be. You've seen the slow shuffle, the confusion, the fear in their eyes when they can't remember where they put their keys. You've watched strong people become fragile, independent souls become dependent, and maybe, just maybe, you've looked in the mirror and wondered if that's your future too. But what if I told you that a handful of simple morning habits, things so basic you might roll your eyes, could be the difference between thriving and just surviving? What if these habits could bring back strength to tired muscles, clarity to foggy minds, and genuine joy to days that feel heavy with worry? In the next few minutes, I'm going to share the 5 morning habits that have kept me sharp as a tack, steady on my feet, and honestly, smiling more now than I did in my 60s. These aren't complicated routines that require expensive equipment or perfect health to start. They're simple, practical habits that work whether you're 65 or 95. Whether you're dealing with arthritis, diabetes, or just the everyday aches that come with having lived a full life. So if you believe that age is just a number and that your best days don't have to be behind you, drop a comment saying "still going strong" right now. And if you're here because you care about aging with dignity, strength, and grace, or you want to help someone you love do the same, hit that subscribe button and join our Elder Wisdom family. We're building a community of people who refuse to let age define their limits. Habit number 1, wake up with purpose. Every single morning, before my feet even touch the floor, before I reach for my glasses or check what time it is, I do something that takes exactly 10 seconds but sets the tone for my entire day. I say out loud, yes, out loud, one thing I'm grateful for. Some mornings it's profound. I'm thankful my husband and I had 52 beautiful years together. Other days it's beautifully simple. My legs still work and I can walk to the kitchen. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking this sounds like new age nonsense. Trust me, I get it. I'm 94. I've seen enough fads come and go to fill a library. But here's what I've learned through 9 decades of living. How you start your morning literally rewires your brain for the day ahead. When you begin with gratitude, you're telling your nervous system that today is a day worth celebrating, not enduring. Most people, and I see this especially with my neighbors and friends, they wake up and immediately grab their phones, scroll through bad news, or start mentally listing everything that hurts, or everything they need to worry about. That's like pouring cement into your soul before breakfast. Your cortisol levels spike, your energy drains, and you've already told your body that today is going to be hard before you've even gotten dressed. Here's what I want you to try, and it's so simple you might think it can't possibly work. Tonight, before you go to bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for on a small card. Keep it on your nightstand. Tomorrow morning, before you do anything else, read one of those things out loud. If you can't think of 3 things, start with 1. I woke up today. That counts. I have a roof over my head. That counts too. After a week of this, I promise you'll notice that you're not just starting your day differently. You're approaching your whole life differently. But mindset alone won't carry your body through the day. And your body deserves just as much attention as your mind. So let's talk about waking up that beautiful machine you've been living in for all these years. Habit number 2, gentle morning stretches. While my kettle is heating up for tea, and that takes about 5 minutes, I do what I call my morning wake-up call for my body. Nothing fancy, nothing that requires getting on the floor or contorting myself like a pretzel. I stand right there in my kitchen and do simple movements that remind my joints they're alive and my muscles that we've got work to do today. I roll my ankles in circles 10 times each direction. I lift my shoulders up to my ears and roll them back. I turn my head gently side to side and I do a little twist at the waist. Hands on my hips. That's it. 5 minutes while the kettle boils, and my body goes from feeling like an old creaky house to feeling like a home that's ready for the day. Here's why this matters more than you might think. When you sleep, your circulation slows down, your joints stiffen up, and your muscles literally forget how to work together. This is true for everyone, but it's especially true as we age. If you get up and immediately start moving without giving your body a gentle wake-up call, you're asking for trouble. Stiff joints lead to unsteady walking. Poor circulation makes you feel tired before you've even had breakfast. And tight muscles, they're just accidents waiting to happen. I watch my neighbors, good people, but they rush out of bed, shuffle to the coffee maker, and wonder why they feel so wobbly and tired. They think they need to join a gym or take a yoga class. But the truth is, you don't need any of that. You need 5 minutes and a willingness to move like you care about the body that's carried you this far. Here's exactly what I want you to try. Stand next to your kitchen counter or a sturdy chair. Place one hand on it for balance if you need to. Lift one foot slightly off the ground and rotate your ankle slowly. 5 times clockwise, 5 times counterclockwise. Switch feet. Then, keeping your hand on the counter, take your other hand and reach it up toward the ceiling. Then gently lean to the side. You'll feel that stretch all along your ribs and back. Hold it for just a few seconds, then switch sides. Finally, put both hands on your hips and gently turn your whole torso to the left, then to the right. You're not trying to win a flexibility contest. You're just saying good morning to your body. Once your body feels awake and ready, it's time to give it exactly what it's been asking for all night long. Habit number 3, smart hydration. Before I eat a single bite of food, before I even think about breakfast, I drink 1 full glass of warm water with a thin slice of lemon in it. Not because it's trendy, not because I read it in some health magazine, but because after 8 hours of sleep, my body is literally dehydrated, and dehydration in seniors is no joke. I learned this lesson the hard way about 10 years ago. I was having what my doctor politely called senior moments, forgetting names, feeling dizzy when I stood up, just not feeling sharp. I was convinced it was the beginning of something serious. Turns out I was chronically dehydrated. My doctor explained that as we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. We simply don't feel thirsty the way we used to, but our bodies still need just as much water, if not more. Here's what most people don't realize. When you're dehydrated, even mildly, your brain literally shrinks. Your blood gets thicker, making your heart work harder. Your joints get stiff because they don't have enough lubrication. You feel tired, confused, and unsteady. All things people assume are just part of getting older. But sometimes they're just signs that you need more water. The warm water with lemon isn't just about hydration, though that's the main event. The warmth is gentle on your digestive system first thing in the morning. The lemon gives you a tiny boost of vitamin C and helps your body absorb the water more effectively. And honestly, it tastes good and makes me feel like I'm starting my day with intention rather than just going through the motions. Here's my challenge for you. Tonight, fill a large glass with water and put it on your nightstand. Tomorrow morning before you get up, drink half of it. Then, when you get to the kitchen, fill another glass with warm water, not hot, just warm, and add a slice of lemon if you have one. If you don't have lemon, just the warm water is fine. Drink the whole glass before you eat or drink anything else. Do this for a week and pay attention to how you feel. I bet you'll notice clearer thinking, more energy, and better balance. Your body will thank you in ways you didn't even know it needed to be thanked. And speaking of thanking your body, let's talk about the fuel you're giving it to start the day. Habit number 4, high protein, easy to digest breakfast. My breakfast is nothing fancy, but it's deliberate. 2 scrambled eggs cooked in a little butter, a handful of spinach wilted right into those eggs, and 1 slice of whole grain toast. Sometimes I add a slice of cheese if I'm feeling fancy. The whole thing takes me maybe 10 minutes to make, and it keeps me satisfied and energized until lunch. I know that might sound boring to some of you, but here's why I'm so particular about this meal. After age 50, we start losing muscle mass at a rate of about 1 to 2% per year. By the time you're in your 70s or 80s, you can lose up to 8% per year if you're not careful. That muscle loss isn't just about looking frail. It's about being able to get up from a chair, climb stairs, carry groceries, and most importantly, prevent falls. And the best way to preserve muscle? A protein, especially first thing in the morning when your body is ready to rebuild and repair. I see too many of my friends skipping breakfast entirely, or grabbing a piece of toast or a bowl of sugary cereal. Then they wonder why they're tired by mid-morning and struggling to maintain their strength. Your body needs protein to maintain muscle, but it also needs it to think clearly, balance blood sugar, and have steady energy throughout the day. But here's the other part that matters. The food needs to be easy to digest. As we age, our digestive systems slow down. Heavy, greasy, or overly complicated foods can leave you feeling sluggish and uncomfortable. Eggs are perfect because they're complete proteins that are gentle on your system. Spinach gives you iron and vitamins without being hard to digest. The toast provides steady carbohydrates for energy. Let me give you 3 simple breakfast options that will serve your aging body well. First, what I eat: scrambled eggs with leafy greens and toast. Second, Greek yogurt with a handful of berries and a spoonful of chopped nuts. The yogurt has protein, the berries have antioxidants, and the nuts provide healthy fats. Third, a smoothie made with protein powder, banana, spinach, and a cup of milk. It's easy to digest, and you can sip it slowly while you read the paper. The key is to eat something with protein within an hour of waking up. Your body has been fasting all night, and it needs fuel to start the day strong. Don't overthink it, but don't skip it either. Your muscles, your brain, and your energy levels will all thank you. But breakfast isn't just about feeding your body. It's also the perfect time to give your mind exactly what it needs to stay sharp. Habit number 5, morning mind work. After I finish breakfast and clean up my dishes, I sit down at my kitchen table with a cup of tea and either a crossword puzzle, a word search, or a book, just for 10 to 15 minutes. Nothing too intense, nothing that makes my head hurt, but something that requires my brain to work a little bit. This isn't about becoming a genius or solving the world's problems. It's about the same principle as those morning stretches. Giving your brain a gentle wake-up call and reminding it that today we're going to think clearly, remember well, and stay mentally engaged with the world around us. Here's what I've learned about the aging brain. It's not that it stops working, it's that it gets lazy when we don't give it interesting things to do. If you spend your mornings passively watching TV or scrolling through the same social media posts, your brain learns to cruise on autopilot. But if you give it a puzzle to solve, words to recall, or ideas to consider, it stays active and engaged. The mistake I see people make is thinking that mental exercises are for the evening, when they're already tired and their brains are ready to shut down. By then, you're fighting against your natural rhythms. But in the morning, your mind is fresh and ready to work. That's when mental stimulation is most effective, and it doesn't have to be a crossword puzzle, though I love those. You could read one chapter of a book and then try to recall the main points out loud. You could write 3 sentences about what you did yesterday. You could play a simple word game on your phone, or even just try to remember the names of all your elementary school teachers. The specific activity doesn't matter as much as the fact that you're asking your brain to engage, to remember, to process, and to work. Here's what I want you to try. Choose one simple mental activity that you actually enjoy. Maybe it's reading the newspaper and trying to remember 3 interesting facts from it. Maybe it's doing a jigsaw puzzle while you drink your morning coffee. Maybe it's calling a friend and having a real conversation about something interesting. Do this same activity for 10 minutes every morning for 2 weeks. I think you'll be surprised at how much clearer and sharper you feel throughout the day. So now you've heard all 5 of my morning habits, but let me tell you what they've truly given me over the years and why they matter more than just feeling good in the morning. I've buried friends who were younger than me. I've watched people I love fade away, forgetting their children's names, unable to care for themselves, becoming shadows of who they once were. I've seen strong, independent people become fearful and dependent, and I've wondered more than once if that would be my fate too. But here's what I've discovered. Every single morning, I get to choose how I'm going to age. Not whether I'm going to age, that's happening whether I like it or not, but how I'm going to meet each day, how I'm going to treat this body that's carried me through 94 years of life, and how I'm going to honor the mind that holds decades of memories and wisdom. These 5 simple habits haven't stopped time. I still have aches that weren't there 20 years ago. I still move more slowly than I used to. I still have moments when I can't remember a word that used to come easily. But the difference is this. I wake up each morning not wondering if I'll make it through the day, but curious about what good things the day might bring. I'm not surviving anymore, I'm living. There's a difference, and it's everything. Aging doesn't have to be about sitting in a recliner, waiting for something bad to happen. It doesn't have to be about watching your body betray you or your mind slip away. With the right habits, the right mindset, and the right approach, aging can be about celebrating the gift of another day, even when that day includes challenges. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do everything right. You just need to start somewhere. And starting with your morning is the most powerful place to begin because it sets the tone for everything that follows. Try just one of these habits tomorrow morning. Not all 5, that's too much. Pick the one that speaks to you most. Maybe it's the gratitude practice because you need more joy in your life. Maybe it's the stretching because you're tired of feeling stiff and creaky. Maybe it's the protein breakfast because you want to feel stronger. Start with one, and when that feels natural, add another. Small steps create lasting change. And if I can do this at 94, having started these habits when I was already in my 80s, then I know you can do it too, no matter where you're starting from. Let your morning be your superpower. Let it be the time when you remind yourself that you're not just getting older, you're getting better at being alive. So let me recap these 5 habits that have changed my life, because I want you to remember them long after this video ends. First, wake up with purpose. Start each day with gratitude, even if it's just, I'm alive today. Your mind needs to know that this day matters. Second, do gentle morning stretches. 5 minutes of simple movements while your coffee brews or tea steeps. Your body needs to remember how to move before you ask it to carry you through the day. Third, hydrate wisely. 1 full glass of water before you eat anything. Your brain, your joints, your entire system needs this after 8 hours without water. Fourth, eat a high-protein, easy-to-digest breakfast. Your muscles need fuel, your brain needs energy, and your body needs nutrition to function well. And fifth, challenge your mind with simple morning brain work. 10 minutes of reading, puzzles, or meaningful conversation. Your brain needs exercise just like your body does. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 habits do you already do? Which one are you most excited to try? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single comment, and I love hearing about your experiences and your questions. If this video has inspired you, if it's given you hope or practical ideas you can use, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe to Elder Wisdom and join our growing family. We're here to share real stories, practical tips, and honest conversations about aging with dignity, health, and joy. We believe that your best days don't have to be behind you, and we're committed to helping you make that belief a reality. Thank you for spending part of your precious day with me. Thank you for caring enough about your health and your future to watch this entire video. Stay sharp, stay kind to yourself, and remember, your best days might still be ahead of you. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, take care of yourself the way you'd take care of someone you love, because you deserve nothing less.